Welcome back to Chronicles on the Focus, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating world of rugby. I'm your host, Bob, and joining me today is the ever so knowledgeable Alice, who is definitely not wearing a rugby jersey right now.
Oh, Bob, you're so funny. I'm wearing my lucky rugby socks though, just in case we get into a scrum ourselves. Today we're talking about the scrum, the method of restarting play that's both a test of strength and strategy. It's really like a mini battle, but with a ball involved, right?
Exactly. Let's dive into the nitty-gritty of the scrum. For those who might not know, it's essentially a packed formation of players with their heads down, battling for possession of the ball. And it's not just about brute force, Alice, it takes coordination and timing. Just imagine, all those players getting into position while the referee calls out, crouch, bind, set.
You're right, Bob. It's a symphony of muscle, really. I find it fascinating how the scrum has evolved over the years. The rules are so specific, from the way players bind to how the scrum half throws in the ball. It's like a whole dance routine for 8 players on each side.
And speaking of the ball, Alice, you can't forget about the hooker. They're the ones trying to hook the ball backwards with their feet. It's a battle for possession, and that's where the real drama unfolds. It's amazing to watch how these players can push and shove, trying to gain an advantage.
You know, Bob, I've always wondered if the scrum was a bit dangerous. I mean, it's a whole lot of weight packed together, with potential for some pretty serious collisions. And those hookers, their feet are practically weapons.
You're right, Alice, there's definitely an element of risk. But let's be honest, rugby is a physically demanding sport, and the scrum is just a part of it. The rules are in place to minimize injury, and players are trained to engage in a safe and controlled manner. Of course, things can get heated, but that's what makes rugby so exciting, right? It's a battle of wills, and the scrum is just one piece of the puzzle.
I couldn't agree more, Bob. It's the tension, the strategy, the sheer athleticism that makes the scrum so captivating. It's not just about brute force. It's about skill, technique, and that moment of uncertainty where you never know which team will win the possession.
You know, Alice, it's funny how something that might seem simple on the surface, like a scrum, is actually a complex dance of skill, power, and strategy. It's a microcosm of the entire game of rugby, a testament to the sport's physicality and intellectual prowess.
Well, Bob, I think we've done a good job of highlighting the magic of the scrum. It's a crucial part of the game, a moment that captures the intensity and the spirit of rugby.
That's a wrap for this episode of Chronicles on the Focus. Join us next time as we delve into another fascinating facet of the rugby world.